Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning. Hello. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week it is anymore. I just don't. But it's Wednesday, the day after Andor Day. Those were some pretty good episodes. I'm not going to lie. But Dedra's got some massive, massive balls on her to call those recruits kids when she's only 18 years old herself. I mean, come on. Good morning. We got a couple things to cover today. Before we get started, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy nonsense. Let's yell good morning at everyone because it is the best part of the stream. It's my favorite part. Good morning, DL. I know that came out crazy, but you're in Missouri, so you understand. The weather is still awful, and my sinuses cannot handle it anymore. Buenos dias, Maria. I have something for you. Maria. So, David Cornsweat has, that's not what I wanted, has posted this Smallville jacket, and someone was like, wait a minute, let's correct those colors so he could look more like this fella right here. I thought you'd like to see that. Old Tom Welling and David Cornsweat wearing the Tom Welling jacket. Love it. Good morning. Buenos dias, Maria. Buenos dias. I hope you enjoy that. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, contributing producer and nerdling first class, Kino. Good morning, Music City Soul. Good morning, Taco Cat. Good morning, Tabitha. Good morning, Penny. We missed you yesterday. It won't stream over you today. I was told you were going to go hold me. I'll do it later. All right, guys. Now that we've got that out of the way, and Maria's gotten to see her man, Tom Welling, in the Smallville jacket. Good morning, my nerd sister Nicole for the Red 5 Network. Good morning. Let's talk some headlines. Yeah, let's talk some headlines. And I absolutely apologize. I keep clearing my throat, and I can't help it because it won't stop raining here. The mold and mildew count is so high, it will not stop raining. I'm so aggravated. And I've got like a bunch of dirty straw that I need to burn. Like, seriously. Dear Lord, please, before I need to build an ark. If I need to build an ark, I'd like you to give me a message personally. But if we can make it stop so I can burn some old straw and breathe on my own comfortably. All right, guys. So first, I just want to get into Foundation. Has anyone watched Foundation on Apple TV? I'm telling you, I've been saying this for years. Apple TV is like a sleeper with the streaming. To me, they have the absolute best quality in streaming. Everything they've put out so far, I have thoroughly enjoyed. And Foundation is definitely one of them. Foundation, based off of Isaac Asimov's book, Foundation. So if you're a fan of Isaac Asimov, as I am, I love old school sci-fi. Chances are you will love Foundation. There are 2 seasons out already. We're getting the 3rd season July 11th. And that's great news. They're putting stuff out faster than most people. It seems most other studios. So let's check out the trailer for Foundation season 3. I haven't watched it yet, so I'll be reacting with you guys. If you haven't seen seasons 1 and 2 of Foundation, check them out. Otherwise, you might be a little confused by this trailer. It may not be that great to you because you have no idea what's going on. But we're going to watch it. Let's pull it up right now.
Nothing will ever be the same again.
Oh, really? Oops. Oh, Lee Pace. He was one of my picks for Batman. He is fantastic in this. He plays like multiple different characters. Oh, that's dope. Jared Harris. Oh my gosh.
I'm at the center of it.
His tiny ears. See what I mean?
Everything.
Cinematography is gorgeous.
See something I like. I take it.
Oh, he's such a good bad guy. Uh-oh.
Kiss the boy, gentlemen. It's worse than you know.
Uh-oh.
If we fail, humanity will be lost forever. We act or we lose.
Uh-oh. I just keep saying that. Pardon me for clearing my throat into the microphone. So sorry. Ooh, risky. Ooh. So, that looks dope. See what I mean with the quality? The quality of their filmmaking is just heads and tails above everyone else, in my opinion. As we all know, those are subjective, okay? So if my opinion doesn't match more yours, that's fine. That's okay. I don't care. But if you like Dune, if you like the Dune series and the whole concept of making all these moves and basically breeding families to create this person or event that will save humanity and protect humanity, that's kind of what's going on in Foundation. They're trying to save humanity. I can't remember what it's called. Loki, that's okay. I don't care. It's a good motto to have, Loki. Good morning, Loki. I can't remember what it's called. The math that Jared Harris does in this show. It's been a while since I watched it. But basically, he's able to kind of map out what's going to happen in the future by using examples from the past. Good morning, Grogu. I just love that profile picture. I need that. It's so cute. So it's psycho. Why can't I say it? But he's able to predict the future he's got this algorithm that kind of compiles everything that's ever happened and uses that to math out what's going to happen if this happens or if that happens. So, good morning, Steven Reacts. It's a really good show. I feel like it's so smart that I barely grasp what's going on, but I kind of love that. Makes me feel like I'm learning. Yes and no. Yes and no, chaos theory. It's I'm just gonna Google it. Math in Foundation series. Psycho, what is it called? Psychohistory. Why couldn't I say that? Okay. So it's psychohistory. It's a fictional branch of mathematics used to predict the behavior of large groups of people by analyzing social and economic forces. So that's what I said, but in fancier words. So psychohistory. It's an algorithm, mathematics that takes everything that's ever happened in socio and economic history and using that to predict the future and trying to use that to forge a path to where humanity survives. Foundation is a super awesome show. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. If you like sci-fi, like good sci-fi, true sci-fi, watch Foundation. Watch it. So good. All right, guys. Moving on. So, oh, here we go. We've got a poster for The Old Guard 2 by girlfriend Charlize Theron. That comes out July 2nd, so that drops on Netflix July 2nd. I enjoy The Old Guard. I watched it again the other day. And I might watch it again before it drops because I don't know how well I was paying attention because I was watching it with Dave. And Dave has the worst ADHD I've ever seen in any grown-ass man. Trying to spend time with him takes a lot of patience because he's up and down like every 5 seconds or doing something, and it distracts me. So I'm probably going to have to watch it again because I watched it with Dave, and God bless him. I love him. He's wonderful. He's magical. I'm so grateful to have him in my life, but the ADHD is real with him. It's real. But I like this poster. It goes hard. Eternity has a price. So excited to see what happens with the crazy chick that was left in the bottom of the ocean for 500 years. Whoopsie doodles. Couldn't find her. They couldn't find her. So any other fans other than Brogu and I of The Old Guard? Drop it in the chat. Let's hear what you think. Some funny stuff. Charlie Cox was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he spilled some beans on stuff. First of all, he said that episode 5 of season 1 of Daredevil Born Again was his least favorite episode of the series. And he said it was left over from the old, version that they had planned out, and he didn't care for it. Really? That surprises me. But yeah, he didn't like it. Also, he says that his parents accidentally watched Ben Affleck's Daredevil when they tried to watch Daredevil Born Again. To me, that sounds like exactly something my grandparents would do. This sounds like something that absolutely my grandparents would do. He says, they go, this can't be right. And I was like, what? And he goes, doesn't even look like you. And I said, right, because that's Ben Affleck. Absolutely something that my grandparents would do. But Charlie Cox's parents unintentionally watched Ben Affleck's 2003 Daredevil when trying to watch Daredevil Born Again. Loki, his parents made the right choice. Daredevil Born Again let me down. It felt entirely like prologue. It felt like a prologue. Like a buildup for the actual season, which is going to be season 2. So hopefully season 2 knocks my socks off. I don't wear socks that often. I'm a Hoosier. That's a St. Louis thing we've discovered. Like, truly. I really thought that the term Hoosier had grown and that the rest of the country kind of figured out that it's a term that we use and kind of picked up on that. But no, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about when I called myself a Hoosier. You have no idea. You think I'm talking about Indiana basketball stuff, and I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Drop it in the chat if you know what I mean when I call myself a Hoosier. Don't make me get Auntie Kathleen Madigan in here and school y'all. Hey, y'all. See? No, not the basketball team. No. See if you guys can figure it out on your own. Don't use Google. Do not go to Google. I will know. Because I don't think Google really has the answer anyway, but I'll tell you later what I mean when I call myself a Hoosier. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. What do we got here? Good morning, Jalen. Good morning. Also, Jeff Snyder says that the Vision series that's currently filming right now, by Terry Matalas, the GOAT, Terry Matalas. It's set to be the final Marvel TV series to feature major characters from the films. The series will premiere on Disney Plus next year. So does that mean no series, or does that mean just minor characters? Because that's worded a specific way. Loki asking about Hoosier. Is it like Hoser or Yinzer? Doesn't Hoser mean like poser or dumbass? Let me know. I'm only an honorary Canadian. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard Tardis. Drage Lunatic says, I'm so over Disney Marvel. They don't know how to do it right. Their bubble has definitely burst, and they don't know how to get the audience back. But I'm telling you right now, I got a lot of high hopes for any Terry Matalas-led project, because that guy freaking nails it. Understands the assignment every single time. Get you a Star Trek fan friend. Get you a Star Trek fan friend right now, and they will tell you how lucky Marvel is to have Terry Matalas. He nailed season 3 of Star Trek Picard. Nailed it. I mean, I have indeed seen Thunderbolts, Brogu. I need to actually write my review. I've been very on that stuff lately. I need to get on it. I loved Thunderbolts. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. They did an excellent job, but they've lost trust of the audience in general and nerdy. It's not doing well in terms of ticket sales. I mean, what's the point of going to the movie theater if they're just going to yank it in 3 weeks and put it on streaming? It makes zero sense. So, and they've put out so much subpar material in the last few years that people are like, why even go if it's just going to suck? So when they do make a good movie and put it out there, no one wants to go anymore. They're like, well, I don't want to risk spending money on another straight to VHS level thing. So I'll just wait until they put it on streaming in 3 to 4 weeks anyway. So that's the problem with that. So Vision Quest will be the last of the major characters in a series. So we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to it because I love Terry Matalas. Dude is amazing at what he does. And I will not stop my campaign to get him to reboot Alien Nation. We need Terry Matalas. Excuse me, Mr. Matalas. I'm talking to you. I need you to reboot Alien Nation. Okay? That show has not gotten the appreciation it deserves. If we're looking to remake and reboot stuff, Alien Nation, it's right there, okay? Still super relevant, probably even more so today than it was back then. Terry Metalis, bring back Alien Nation. Hire Brian Sipe to do the creature makeup and designs, okay? You're good to go. Just saying. I'm just saying. It would be amazing, Terry Metalis. It would be amazing. You'd be amazing at it. Anywho, you my 4 cents on that. Oh, also, Peacemaker finally has a teaser. It comes out this August, and we've got our first real teaser that's not 5 seconds long. So let's check this out together right meow.
I don't get it.
We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Vigilantly. Oh, and Frank Grillo.
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart.
I do love Peacemaker. Oh, so we got some pocket dimension action.
Adventure, pal.
Ooh, Eagly. All right, so that comes out August 21st on Max.
We saved.
Man, freaking Jennifer Holland, she's been putting in the work at the gym. Look at that. Look at her freaking guns, dude. The girl is ripped. Ripped. The director of Superman now and Guardians of the Galaxy. And we've got Frank Grillo playing Rick Flag Sr. in live action for the first time. And remember, he was Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos. Hair was a lot grayer. And that's supposed to be part of the DCU. So I'm very curious to see how this ties in to Creature Commandos. Ooh, what's this? Is that, what task force could this be? Could this just be FBI or Vigilante? He's so funny. I love him. Man, she just, look at those shoulders, man. Girl's a beast. And the team. Diebeard, Steve Agee, John Economos. Team again. Frank Grillo in action. Get it, Rick Flag Sr. And Pocket Dimension. This looks like the Pocket Dimension in his dad's closet where he kept all his armor and weapons and stuff. And busting through windows is always cool. Oh, bam. What did that? Just an explosion? Eagly, are you ready for another adventure? All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Steven doesn't care about Peacemaker. I'm sorry, bro. I love Peacemaker. I've watched that series like 6 times. Never gets old to me. Never gets old to me. Interesting that he's cool with Peacemaker killing his son. I don't know if they said he's cool with that yet. It feels like an assumption. Maria, James Gunn puts his wife in too many of his projects. Her acting is not very good, in her opinion. She's okay. He's put her in 2, to be fair. The other things she was in, James Gunn didn't cast her. She was cast by someone else, and they've all come out to say that. So he put her in Peacemaker and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I thought she was hilarious in that. Like when she gets shot. that was great. Like he shoots his wife in his movie. Kino says he's crossing his fingers for more G.I. Robot. He didn't put her in Shazam, though. He didn't put her in that. He didn't. I remember the episode of Peacemaker where he thought he was a butt baby. It's great. His brother told him that. His brother told him he was a butt baby. It's so funny. Here, Brogu say that John Cena feels like somebody they're trying to make a successful movie star the way they did with The Rock. I get it. Yeah. I mean, that's always the next step up from the WWE since Hulk Hogan. Okay. I'm old enough to remember that. However, I feel like in Peacemaker, John Cena's just being himself. It just feels like John Cena being John Cena, and it's kind of hilarious. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't. They don't care for how vigilante he is, but I love it. I love it. I think it's so funny. Bautista is a far better actor than John Cena. Far better. Far better. And hated working for Disney Marvel. Hated it. Bautista hated it. He wanted out. They tricked him. He signed a 3-movie contract, and after he did Infinity War, he was like, okay, so that's it. That was my 3rd movie, right? And they're like, no, that was just a cameo. And he was like, but I'm in like 70% of that movie. And they're like, yeah, but it's not a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. If you're in 3 Guardians of the Galaxy full feature length in the theater movies, then you're out of your contract. He was not happy with that. He wanted to do other things, and he was tired of working out as much. So, and I have that on excellent authority. I don't give my private sources. I've had people kind of try to slam me for that, but I don't give up private sources because I'm not going to ruin someone's career if they don't agree to that. Why would I do that? Like, that's just rude. I'm not going to have people tell me stuff anymore if I do that. I don't have permission to give a name, so I'm not going to. See, this is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is how they're doing it with the interdimensional pocket things, if that's how they're going to move from DCEU to DCU. I'm really curious, and I can't wait to figure it out. I'm really excited. Full trailer Friday. Hot dog! I love the music in the show. I love James Gunn soundtracks. Maybe it's because we grew up around the same time in the same area, and we were both in kind of the same music scenes. I don't remember ever running into any of the Guns. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I never said that we were friends. I said we grew up in the same, it's a very big area, same area around the same time. So maybe that's why his soundtracks speak to me the way they do. But dude, for example, last season when Peacemaker sits down at the piano, I just instantly knew he was going to start playing Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. My dad used to do that. We always had a piano in the house, and he would sit at the piano and play Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. So it was like my childhood right there. So Maria says, keep your journalistic integrity. Thank you. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that very much. So yeah, James Gunn soundtracks speak to me, and him playing that Home Sweet Home on the piano, it was just like my childhood right there. Like, how did I know he was going to play that? It's perfect. Did everyone's dads in the Midwest play Home Sweet Home on the piano? Is that a thing? I need to know, because that felt like it was just for me. I'm such a dork. Why am I so weird? Why? Why can't I just be a normal human being and not be so freaking cringeworthy? Why? God. Why can't I just be normal? Okay. So I think that's all the like random pop culture nerdy stuff headlines I have. Ooh, they're using a lot of practical effects. We knew that already in Fantastic Four, but for Herbie, they use a lot of practical effects. And the guy who voiced General Grievous, General Kenobi, that was awful. Don't ever do that again, Danielle. Anyway, he's voicing Herbie. Yeah. I'm on my way home, sweet home tonight. Yep, that's it. You're welcome. Oh yeah. Thank you, Kino. Thank you for keeping me on track, Kino. This is why I need a producer. Anywho, have we actually kicked off Superman marketing? Is that happening finally? Because we finally have this first little tidbit that's dropped. So
right now,
let's check this
Beginning
out real
of-
quick.
Who's good?
Who is filled with hope. He saves people because it's the right thing to do. We
Good
could
for the
use a
sake
little
of
bit
it.
More of that.
Superman was my original superhero, and it started in comics, and I think it's going to be a game changer.
this is the
This is a
beginning
Prometheus
of the
suit.
future.
Dope.
They are launching a new era right now.
It's the beginning of a whole new adventure and a whole new universe.
We're just getting started, and we're already deep in the DC universe. In James Gunn, we trust, and I think we can do it.
I'm going to tell you something. Everyone
Who's
that
good?
that I personally know, everyone that I personally know that has actually worked on a James Gunn set loves working for him. Loves working for him. They really love how he works as a director, how he runs his set, how he explains his vision. I've heard artists complain about Seth MacFarlane, for example. Seth MacFarlane really struggles to articulate his vision, and he just doesn't communicate well with artists, with special effects artists, with set designers. He doesn't communicate well with them, and it causes a lot of issues. He'll tell them like, I want this color, but I don't want it to be cartoony, but he actually wants it to be cartoony. Like I've heard artists complain that working with Seth MacFarlane is a struggle because he struggles to communicate and articulate his vision properly. I've heard the complete opposite about people who work on set with James Gunn. He communicates effortlessly with the artists. He is patient and he knows what he wants, and he knows how to communicate that to his cast and crew. To me, that explains a lot about why I have really enjoyed his films, because you can tell that everyone is just really working together effortlessly, fluidly. That's important as a director, being able to communicate what you're seeing and how to bring that to life through other people. Absolutely vital. Say what you will about him as a person outside of his job. Okay. There you go. That's free reign. Go for it. But as a director, as a filmmaker, he's done very well. I enjoy his work as a filmmaker a lot. So Is this what we're considering? Is this what we're considering the kickoff of the Superman marketing? If so, it's very behind the scenes. Like, I want a new trailer. They've already released the new trailer in Japan. Why are we getting more people talking about the film? So, Kino says this honestly made him excited for the movie. I will say that hearing Rachel Brosnahan and Nathan Fillion talk about it, saying, listen, it feels like super. Frank Grillo. That does, yes. Do you think we will get a Superman Easter egg in Peacemaker? Peacemaker comes out after Superman, possibly. I'm wondering if there's going to be more Creature Commando stuff in Peacemaker. There might be some Superman stuff in Peacemaker, and that's why it's coming out in August rather than this spring. You might be onto something there. Jalen says actors and crew just love James Gunn's work environment. Dude. So when a friend of mine was working on the Suicide Squad, and he was working on Suicide Squad, James Gunn found out that Slash was in the area. Slash from Guns N' Roses. And Slash, huge comic book nerd, loves James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy. He loves all that stuff. He brought Slash on set and just kind of let him hang out, and everyone, cast and crew, got to meet Slash and hang out with him. But I don't know, maybe it's the Gen X in me, but I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I would so hang out with Slash. I would. Backyard TARDIS, this does not surprise me. He and I have talked about this before. I can't do Peacemaker humor. Just find it offensive, to be fair. And I also don't like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies humor. To be fair, Peacemaker and Guardians of the Galaxy humor are two totally different things. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy humor is pretty much family friendly, and Peacemaker is like, do not take your grandparents or children to see that show. Steven says, that's not the same cinematographer who shot the behind the scenes. That's behind the scene. Looks amazing. The trailer didn't. I loved the trailer. I really loved the trailer. Just telling you how I feel. Fernando says, Seth is overrated. Yeah, I mean, he's good at what he does. But he gets very full of himself, I feel. Very full of himself. Oh, thank you, Brogu. Brogu says, I just want you to know that I'm really enjoying your channel. God bless you, sir. Thank you. That means a lot to me. It does. Fernando says, James is a visionary. He's a very creative person, and that's very clear. I'm not big on calling anyone visionaries while they're still alive. We don't know until it's over and done with. Anywho, he's a very creative person, and he knows how to communicate that and bring it to life. And I appreciate and respect the hell out of that. I have never seen Slither. It sounds gross to me. So I've never watched it. I'm not big on gory, gross stuff. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm just not. Just a personal words are hard. Pardon me, children. Words, yeah, just personal preference. Not big on gory stuff. Difficult for me. But anywho, we're not getting the Batman Part 2, and I blame James. I do not entirely blame James for us not getting Batman 2. First of all, I've said that for months. I think part of it is that he and Matt see things creatively very different, and I think Matt wants Pattinson to be the main DCU Batman. But Gunn has said many times he wants continuity. He doesn't want too many confusing things. Like, yeah, we're going to do some Elseworlds, but we don't want anything to get too muddled. So there's that. But also, it's already out there. Freaking Grace Randolph spilled the beans before the man's entire family knew. But Matt Reeves has some health issues going on right now. And that is a huge part of that reason. Huge. Good morning, Sean Stackhouse. We are getting ready to talk that, Clayface. We're getting ready. But Deranged Lunatic, do you think James is a little more grounded since he was raised in the Midwest? A little bit. He comes from a wealthy family. He's from West County, St. Louis. And that's bougie. Like, it's bougie. He went to private school. He went to Catholic private school. I only went to Catholic school, private school, for like a year and a half because it's so expensive. It's so insanely expensive. And I mean, James Gunn, the Gunn family, Irish Catholic family. So he's got like 6 or 7 siblings. I can't remember. I think it's 7. He's got a lot of siblings. Okay. And they all went to Catholic school in West County, St. Louis. That's money, money, money. So he may not be as grounded as average Midwesterners would probably be because of, he came from a big, wealthy Irish Catholic family, but probably more so than people that were born and raised out in LA, I would say. I can hear my dog's taking a nap, and I can hear him dreaming. But anywho, that's what I've got on that. This movie, Superman, comes out in just under 2 months. Where is the marketing? Like, where is it, Warner Brothers? What is going on with that? Where is it? You cannot leave the marketing to James Gunn. God bless this man. But he's just as bad at social media as I am, if not worse. So Grace Randolph doesn't know it, but she and I don't get along. I realize how obnoxious I am and how obnoxious a lot of people probably most likely find me. But in my opinion, Grace Randolph is 1,000 times more obnoxious. And I just can't with her. She thought Borderlands was like the best movie of the year and hated Super Mario Brothers. Come on. Steven reacts, does this lack of marketing show a lack of confidence in the project? Or does it show a lot of confidence? It could be either or. It could go either way. I think it shows a lack of sense when it comes to marketing. But that's what I've got for you on the Superman news. We're still waiting for marketing. Japan got the trailer. We did not. So not good. Not good, DCU. Not good at all. All right. So in other DCU news, The Wrap has just dropped an article yesterday that they've hired a new writer for CLAYFACE. CLAYFACE, which, let's be honest. Okay, I'm going to relax a little bit. Lean back in my chair. Show you how breezy I am. Let's be honest. Not a lot of people are hyped for a CLAYFACE movie. Not a lot of people are excited about that. Not a lot of normies know who CLAYFACE is as it is. Okay. So it's an odd move to make. Little risky, but I think it has so much potential. CLAYFACE as a character, potential. So much. I mean, he can morph into anyone. and doing it as like kind of a horror movie might be kind of genius. Okay? Might be kind of genius. Might make normies care about a Clayface movie. But instead of, oh, I know this, Mike Flanagan, there we go. Instead of Mike Flanagan, right, because he's the one who wrote the script, he's no longer writing it. Okay, no more Mike Flanagan. Now they have hired Hussein Amini, who wrote Drive and The Snowman. Low-key. Maybe he can morph into Batman so people will care. But they are rewriting the script. And like Fernando just said, that's not real normally good news. Good morning, Omari. Omari says, unless normies played the Arkham games or watched Batman the animated series, do they even know who Clayface is? That's what I'm saying. Fernando says, Clayface has to be like The Substance. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. So now we're getting rewrites. Drive is one of Dave's favorite movies. So if I told Dave, hey, they're doing a Clayface movie and it's being rewritten by the guy who wrote Drive with Ryan Gosling, and he'd be like, oh yeah, he might actually like it. Mike Flanagan wrote the previous draft of the script. James Watkins, who directed last year's remake of the Danish thriller Speak No Evil for Universal, is attached to direct. The film will be produced by Matt Reeves. There you go, Batman fans. And Lynn Harris. The film is scheduled to begin production in October in the UK. So then it's just kind of explaining to you who Clayface is. Jalen has a really, really good point. Took the words right out of my mouth. Rewrites can be good or bad news. We don't know. It could just be some rework so it fits into the director's vision. You're right. Omari, didn't this guy write the Snowman movie with Michael Fassbender? I heard that wasn't good. Yes, he did write that movie. I have not seen that movie. I haven't seen it. I've seen Drive, though. Jalen, I bet Batman is going in it. That would make sense. But which Batman? Steven, great comment. Didn't James Gunn say we don't greenlit movies until we have a solid script? I mean, we will see if it's good. I'll watch it. So yes, he did say that, and they did have a script. But Jalen has an excellent point. It could just be rewrites to fit the director's vision. That does happen. Warner Brothers is still moving forward with UK shoots? Yes, because tweets don't equate laws. That's why. Tweets do not equate to laws. Keep that in mind. So, could it be that what Jalen's saying is the reason why they're doing the rewrites? They recognize that this is a character that normies probably don't know anything about. Normies know the Joker, the Riddler, the Penguin, and Catwoman. Those are the Batman villains they recognize right away. Could the rewrites have something to do with adding Batman to it, introducing a DCU Batman to make normies care about Clayface? Fun fact, Jalen, hairstylist for 20 years. Owned my own salon before I had to retire. That's right. That's how I got into all this stuff. How dare you? King. Okay, so last night, I'm so glad you said that, Omari. I'm so glad. Because last night I was just thinking, like, you know, not every side character, not every, you know, every single villain, little known guy needs a movie, except Condiment King. I will die on that hill. Give Condiment King a movie. You cowards. Steven, we need a Condiment King movie, no cap. I've been saying this forever. Boy, same. I'm going to have to make a Condiment King shirt, and I'm going to wear it every stream. But if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave them in the chat below. We're wrapping this bad boy up. Dude, Kino is on fire. Bruce Campbell is Condiment King, or Sean William Scott. I mean, Sean William Scott was kind of my choice for Booster Gold, but he's getting older. Okay. So, Bruce Campbell. But anywho, we're about out of here. So do me a huge favor. Help support the channel in the easiest and freest way possible. And that's just by giving me a big fat thumbs up down below, hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy nonsense. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, please and thank you. I'm not monetized. I got to get a new computer. And apparently my lights are on the fritz. It's a thing that happens because they're old. But if you would like to help, if you feel so moved to do so, the easiest way to do it is by scanning that QR code right there. It takes you to buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA. And you can tip me as little or as much as you like. All the links will be in the description below. You can also use Cash App. I have Cash App. You can use that too. I really have pretty much any way possible if you really want to know. But I also have a Patreon. That's right. You can join the official Nerdling Army by checking out patreon.com/comics. And we have 3 different tiers starting as little as $3 a month. Each tier has its own rank and insignia that comes on your own exclusive merch that you get every 3 months for the first year of your membership. You have access to exclusive content, updates, outtakes, behind the scenes, ask me anything, requests, and the exclusive Nerdling Army chat. We also have a merch store. So if you go to comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com, you will see awesome designs like my Arrakis Runs on Duncan mug. It is my favorite design to this day. Probably a Condiment King one brewing in the works. So check that out too. This podcast is also powered by the Red 5 Network. So if you like what I'm putting out there, chances are you're going to enjoy more of what the Red 5 Network offers you. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators. So check out red5.bio.link today for more of the Red 5 family of podcasts. Oh, bless you, Stephen. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. And thank you, Brogu. Awesome. You guys are the best. And Deranged Lunatic is correct. I will take a money order. I'll take a crisp high five. I'm not going to lie, but money orders are good too. But until then, nerds, I've been Danny, and you've been amazing. You're the best chat ever. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for your Thursday Daily Dose of Dork. Until then, keep your eyes peeled because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.
No.